Stampers, today I have for you another Crafty Christmas countdown project, and today we're making a hanging sweet tree. This is a project cased from a demonstrator known as Stamp with Peg, and we've used the cookie cutter Christmas stamp set for the main image here. This one's great for craft fairs. I've recently done a little craft stall and these sold really well. They're great stocking fillers to hang on the tree, just an extra little gift to go with some presents. Or even people at work, or if you've got kids at school and you want to make something really quick and easy that's not too expensive to hand out to the class, they can have one of these each. So let's show you how to make this. Right, first off, I've used the cookie cutter Christmas stamp set and punch to cut myself out a Santa, and I've just quickly coloured him in using some blender pens. I've pre-cut and punched this because I tend to do a whole load of these and have them on the side ready for projects. So that's why this is pre-done for us. For the sentiment, we're going to be using the Oh What a Fun stamp set and the From Santa stamp specifically. Right, pieces you'll need a piece of cardstock. This is cherry cobbler. This is 2 1/4 inch by 8 inches, and you'll need to score it at 6 1/4, which we'll do in a minute. You'll need a piece of DSP. This is from the Merry Little Christmas Designer Series paper. And this measures 2 1/8 inch by 6 1/8 inch. These measurements I will put on my blog, which will be in the description bar below, so you can find them all there. And you'll need another piece to put your sentiment on, and this is 2 1/8 inch by 1 1/2 inch. You also need one of our 2 by 8 inch cellophane bags. And I've used some of the tephra ribbon, which is a nice green colour. I'm trying to use this up, and it's quite nice, sturdy and thin ribbon for this kind of project. And I believe at the moment it might be on the clearance rack, so you could grab yourself a bargain there. You'll need some cherry cobbler ink. You'll need a corner punch or a circle punch, which you can use as a corner punch. You will need some fast fuse because you'll need something very, very strong to stick the cellophane bag to it. There's nothing else holding it together other than fast fuse. And you'll need some chocolate coins, specifically the ones that are the 2p larger chocolate coins. I got these from Poundland, which is a shop in the UK. And you can get a whole bag of just the 2p ones, because normally they come in all different sizes in a bag, but this is quite handy to get, so it makes it really inexpensive as well. And you'll also need a punch. I believe this is the 1/8 inch punch. You'll need this for the top part. Okay, so I'm going to bring my trimmer to do some scoring and my bone folder. And we need to score it at 6 1/4 inch. And that's going to make the bit that flaps over on the project. Okay, and then we're going to fold this over and burnish that down. And then I'm going to get my corner rounder, and I'm going to do the top part while folded over. So it has got to cut through 2 lots of cardstock there, so you might need a bit more power of that. And then we're going to cut the top and the bottom bit so that all the corners are nice and rounded. And then you'll end up with a shape like this. Okay, then we're also going to do that to our DSP and our sentiment piece. And then this way everything is rounded off, ready to go. Okay, I'm going to move these to one side and I'm going to stamp my sentiment. So bringing in my cherry cobbler and my From Santa sentiment. Again, I really, really love this for this kind of project. I think it's really, really suitable. But you can put anything in there. You could put Merry Christmas, Christmas treat for you, whatever stamp set you have. These will even make great birthday gifts. Okay, so that's our sentiment stamped. So we're done with the stamping. Okay, I'm leaving that to one side for a moment. Now for my DSP, I am going to use some Tombow to put this on. And in the middle there. And you just want to centre it so it's got a nice red border there. Like so. And then you're going to flip it over or fold this over. And then we're going to put down with some Tombow our sentiment. And again, leaving a nice border. Okay. Now this bit does need a bit of power, so what I'm going to suggest, because if you just cut like this, punch like this, you'll be going through 2 lots of cardstock and 2 lots of DSP. So do the top flap first and go in about that much and punch through, and the same on the other side, wherever you think is suitable for your little ribbon to tie through. So now you've already got the hole, so I can line this up, if you can see there. So I've got a hole there, so, and the other bit's not got a punch, so I can line it up and punch through just the 1 DSP and cardstock. And again that side. So that made that a lot easier than trying to punch through 2 lots of DSP, 2 lots of cardstock. Okay, the next thing we need to do is we need to get our cellophane bag and our chocolate coins. And this fits 3 of them in perfectly. Okay. You might want to chop them off slightly at the top because there's going to be a lot of overhang. So I always give that a little chop at the top, and then we're going to get our fast fuse and run this down the middle and flick. And folding that over, I'm going to place this in the centre. Okay, and that's what I meant by the fast fuse will be holding that in. And the fast fuse is strong enough for that, so that's going to be perfectly fine like that. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is put a little bit of fast fuse on the top here, if it works for me. There we go. So a little bit on the top, and then folding that over and pushing it down. And then for the ribbon, I'm just going to feed it through both holes, so you can come out the back here, and then I'm going to tie a knot. If you're using twine for this, you might want to do kind of like a loop where you go round a couple of times and then tie it off. It's purely up to you and what kind of ribbon or twine you're going to be using. So you want to pull it through quite a lot to give you enough room to tie a knot. And then you can pull it back through like so. And bringing in my scissors, I'm just going to tidy up the edges there of the back. And if you wanted to, you could put a white piece of cardstock or paper here and write a little message on if you wanted. Okay, so that's the main hanging treat done, and it, you know, even though it's got a little bit of weight to it from the chocolate, it's not too heavy for your tree, it's quite sturdy, and that fast fuse is going to make sure it sticks really well. Okay, bringing back my rhinestone, which I had ready, I'm going to place that on the top there. Add a bit of sparkle, and my Santa, again, I'm going to get some fast fuse. You can use a glue dot if you want. awesome snail. And I'm going to place him in the centre. And that is it. That's our little hanging tree. So if you did like this project, please do give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Do check out my Facebook page and my blog. They're both in the description bar below. And I hope you try this project out. It's a really, really great idea for craft fairs or stocking fillers, or just to give everyone in the class or at work a little treat. So I hope you have a lovely day crafting. Bye!